Well, it is one of the most anticipated, most fiercely contested fixtures in Brazilian football history. A game known as the Canal, and it doesn't take too much guessing who's involved. More than 100 years in the making. Its reputation for ferocity is well earned. Games between these two have a very different feeling. It's based in the port city of Porto Alegre. It is Grêmio against Internacional. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. Jim, this one always matters.
Well, we never really did friendly derbies, not when I was playing, Peter. But it's impossible to keep rivalries in check, completely in check. So while I'm not expecting everything to go flying at 100 miles an hour, this could get spicy.
We have already started here. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Oh, that's a key interception. And they can counter here.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
And it's Valencia. He might be in here! Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Oh, played right into his path. And he's in on chance! He's got away with one there. Plays a sharp little ball here. Spread neatly. It's a goal kick. Great work on the overlap. Now, what about a counter-attack?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
In with a header! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Fernando. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority.
And there's the end of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. The ball is loose and the chase is on. The fullback is in acres of space here. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And he was quick to react. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because...
Has a go! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Great hit! Loose ball now and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Valencia. Threads one in. And he's quick to get it clear again. Strong running down that left flank. He has found the way through.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example. Internacional merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously. Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Gremio are looking to break at pace.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Yeah, neither side has anything to show for some splendid effort, and they certainly aren't showing any signs of easing off, so we remain optimistic.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time. Well, the action is back underway already. Oh, nicely intercepted. Eder Nielsen. No, that's been intercepted. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Mercado. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Eder Nielsen. We've reached the midway point in extra time. Well, players doing their best with tired minds, tired limbs, close to running on empty in search of that elusive winner. They have 15 weary minutes to find that, or will it be a case of succumbing to the inevitable? Well, we are already up and running again. So, for the last time, who dares to win? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Eder Nielsen.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Oh, perfectly measured that. The final whistle and confirmation, we are headed for penalties.
Yeah, maybe most were not expecting this to go the distance, Peter, but they can't complain about the graft and energy on show. I think the scoreline wasn't from the want of trying, and now it's lottery time.
Well, the players look exhausted, but one last act. We're back in a moment for penalty. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air.
Oh, that's a super save from the keeper.
Firm, low, telling.
How confident was that? Backed himself all the way.
Gremio from one behind. Keeper's gone the wrong way.
Good penalty, completely wrong-footed the keeper.
Boré will take their second. Good penalty, just steered it the other way.
How confident was that? Backed himself all the way.
Gremio are looking to keep pace here. Oh, and the keeper guessed right too.
I thought he did really well to hold his nerve then and score that penalty.
The third man in the queue. the upright.
Oh, that's unlucky. Got almost everything right.
He steps up to take the fourth penalty. And the keeper's come up trumps.
He was so focused there. Fantastic save.
He steps up to take the fourth penalty.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
He must, but can he? Sticks it away.
You need a very strong mind in those situations. Any penalty that goes in is a good one.
Oh, brilliant. He had to save it, and he did.
Well, he had a little look at the goalkeeper, and maybe that put him off.
Big character, big moment, big save. So it's all on the shoulders of the keeper. Oh, he cannot do it.
Oh, what a miss, and that would have sealed the win for them.
So both teams effectively one kick away from the precipice. Oh, he's managed to get it through the keeper.
Well, he totally nailed that penalty, picked his spot, and didn't change.
Internacional at the point of no return. Dispatched! There will be more of this.
Well, you can't approach a penalty with any doubt, or you'll have to rely on luck.
Where does this end? Their eighth penalty taker. Ah, it's a tame penalty, straight at the keeper.
Oh, look, the only consolation he can take from that was the fact it was on target.
Oh, he saved it!
Well, he felt the goalkeeper outsteered him there, which gave him the edge.
So where on earth is this heading? We're up to 9.
I thought he handled the pressure really well there. His focus cut right through it.
Internacional must score here to stay in it. Saved! And there's your hero! So in the end, they just about prevailed. All the emotional torture and travails, worth it in the end. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players.
So hello, welcome one and all to what is certainly in terms of international football in Latin America, the ultimate grudge match. Two absolute superpowers who also happen to be neighbours on a continent widely recognised as football's home. It is a rivalry that has a history which lasts well over a century and has, of course, been ranked top of all footballing rivalries by media and supporters alike. It comes as little surprise, then, that this game is considered to be international football's equivalent of the Super Classico. The 11 of Brazil, the 11 of Argentina, some of them friends, many foes in club football, lining up for a united cause. Well, you can feel the blue touch paper has been well and truly lit here. Everyone expects, in one of the greatest amphitheatres in this part of the world, Monumental. Well, it's as friendly as it can be in the circumstances, but you feel the rivalry.
Well, I think we know what we're in for, whatever the circumstances that exist when these two meet. Losing really isn't an option, making this another intense, feisty clash, which should keep everyone on edge. The fans are more nervous than the players to me, confirming an atmosphere of angst. Try telling them there's no...
Shapes to shoot! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Certainly made himself a big nuisance in applying the pressure to force the error.
Tagliafico. Argentina yet to have an attempt on goal. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't. He learned from it.
He's picked his way through. McAllister. Alvarez. That is ended up in no man's land. Gabriel. And here's Neymar. Rafinha. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Tries a shot! Goal! Brazil!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Gol de Brasil, convertido en el minuto 32. Número 24.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Neymar. Nice bit of trickery. Linton. Rafinha. Look at real chance! Oh, taken with style. And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Número 24.
And yes, it's him again. Things starting to look very comfortable.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Argentina presented with a golden opportunity here. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Now, power or placement? And that's one back! Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
Gol de Argentina, convertido en el minuto 42. Número 10. Messi.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, it was important they didn't get ahead of themselves and lose their discipline. This game plan could near well reward them with an equaliser.
Rafinha.
Quedan 3 minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
Danilo gets into some space. It's Neymar! That is decidedly lacking.
Brazil just served up.
Tries a shot! Molina. And the whistle goes for half-time. So on the whole, a very competitive game so far. Goals for both sides, neither in true command. Anything could still happen in this game. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, we've had plenty to go at in that first half, Peter, and it's a fragile lead that could quite easily change hands in the second. If you like your football unpredictable, I think you're at the right match.
Well, it's been an enthralling game so far, this meeting of regular rivals. High intensity, high in passion. Tough game for the officials to this point, but that is unlikely to change. And we are back on the way.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Rafinha. Romero. Molina. Oh, they can break here. De Paul. Molina. Messi. Argentina really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. And he was quick to react. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Rafinha. Pressure coming in from all directions. Well timed, excellent interception. Linton.
Argentina may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
He is through here, and he's found a way past. Neymar was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Now the finish!
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Brazil surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Great work on the overlap. He's had a shot! No mistake! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
Brazil are making a change now.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Brazil go 2 up and into a position. Great chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that would have been some goal.
Well, I just hope he won't let the failure to score affect him. With the ability he has, he can reproduce.
And he's quick to get it clear again. Molina. De Paul. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, and he's shot a goal! And that may well be that. That is that. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit. And those are very good qualities that might have... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. And already we're underway here. He's found the way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Everton. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, that has not gone well. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. The ball swung in. Oh, what a climb! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Still goalless at the moment. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that pass isn't the best. He might be in here. There's the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
They've played it short. Brilliantly cut out. And now they can spring out of defence. That is good alertness. Now it's Bruno Henrique. Nice defending, physical and effective. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Well read, nice interception. Well, anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Luis Araujo. Great ball if he can get there.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And he was quick to react. Gustavo Henrique. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, as if we needed reminding, no easy games at this level, and that is proven here. Neither side any further forward from where they were 45 minutes ago, but it is far from lethargic, far from slow, highly engaging, but goalless. Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And hostilities have... Now the finish! Now, who's going to be first to this? Luis Araujo. And no, that was never going to make it. Oh, he's burst through. He's one-on-one. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
That is a brilliant interception. De la Cruz. That's a shade optimistic. Gustavo Henrique. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And he's picked out the run. Oh, smashing header! He's got a goal! And late in the day, a telling moment.
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience. That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Corinthians can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
And the shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Again, there's no way through. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, perfectly measured that. It's a mighty effort! And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Sao Paulo, of course, one of the best supported sides in Brazil, in the whole of Latin America. The Morumbis, the ultimate shrine, where 66,000 or so congregate week in, week out. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Well, there's the clearance.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Oh, that's a key interception. That's very neat. Cleared away. What a throw in. And the shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Not much subtlety about that challenge. So it is still 0-0. He's in plenty of space here. He's picked his way through. Terrific header! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. That's gone for a throw-in. Half an hour played now. Showing great feet there. Oh, that's fabulous. Driving forward. Looking for the run. That is ended up in no man's land. Thiago Silva. Thiago Santos. Looking for the runner. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, as if we needed reminding, no easy games at this level, and that is proven here. Neither side any further forward from where they were 45 minutes ago, but it is far from lethargic, far from slow, highly engaging, but goalless. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Crunching tackle. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's having a go! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Up for a header! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0.
Well, they were never going to allow him to receive that. Such close attention.
Can he spark a counter here? Aimed beyond the defence.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And the header! No, he didn't quite meet it right. That looks a good ball through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Thiago Silva. Thiago Santos. Now he's off and running. That's good running with the ball. Great position here. He's dealt with that really well.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Steaming on goalwards. Oh, that's a foul. Which side of the line is that? The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. Thiago Santos has been shown a yellow card for that offence. There's the shot! Oh, it's in! Save the best for last!
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Sao Paulo take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book. Tempers are flaring. The referee really needs to get a grip again. Well played. That's that, the end. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they...